There are two ways of making authentic aglio olio peperoncino, and not even the Italians can decide which one is better. So I'm gonna try to solve that mystery today. There are fundamentally two different schools of thoughts when it comes to cooking aglio olio peperoncino. Sometimes you read authentic recipe. The reality is that even as Italians, we can't really agree what is the authentic way of making aglio olio peperoncino. But in this video, let's not argue what's authentic or less authentic. Most importantly, let's argue which one tastes better. So we're going to be cooking the two versions of aglio olio peperoncino, and then I'm going to taste it, and I'm going to tell you which one I think is the best option. Let's start with the ingredients, which of course are three, as the name suggests. You got garlic, and make sure you buy a nice garlic, organic. It has to have these little colors on the top. If it's too white, it's been bleached, it probably tastes like nothing. So good garlic, you only have three ingredients. Then you need chili, you need parsley, extra virgin olive oil. Here I've got a bit of a selection. I'm going to choose which one to use in a minute. Your favorite pasta, I'm using spaghetti alla chitarra today, and of course some salt. So the ingredients are exactly the same between the two different versions of the same dish. The difference is around how we're going to cook them. So option number one, and it's probably the one you see the most in YouTube videos and things like that, you get the pasta to cook in the risotto methodology, which is basically, I mean, you'll see it, but adding ladle of water as we cook, it makes it a lot more creamy. Option number two instead is you cook the pasta thoroughly, and then you add it to the oil. The oil needs to be pretty hot, and you just ripassare in padella, so you make it jump in the oil. So it's kind of like a flash fry, and it also tastes really, really good. So let's start preparing the ingredients, which is pretty much the same stuff for both. Start off with the garlic, push. And we're gonna use 4 cloves, nice and garlicky. And every time with garlic, just slice it in the middle and make sure you remove the germ, what in Italian we call the soul of the garlic. It's harder to digest, and it kind of leaves you with that really pungent garlic breath that, you don't want it. So unless the garlic is extremely fresh, it will always have a little bit of this, so just take it out. We then squash it, and you chop it really fine. We then cut the chilies. These are about medium spicy. So I'm gonna use the whole of it, but I'm just gonna remove the seeds and the internal membrane. The membrane and the seeds are what's really, really spicy. So this is inferno in your mouth. We cut into little slices and then into cubes. We then grab some fresh parsley, and we're going to separate the leaves from the stems, just like so. And if you watch my channel, you know why, and if you don't, well, subscribe and like the video. And as most Italian recipes, you always end up making the flag. So these are going to be our two preparation. Start the same way, quite a bit of olive oil. Obviously, you need to use good extra virgin olive oil. I'm using Olistico from Passo della Palomba because my family makes it and it's fantastic. Parsley stems, garlic. And we start off with a low heat so everything gets to infuse. We're gonna put the chili a little bit later because they cook faster than the garlic. So first let's infuse the garlic with the parsley stems, and then we add the chili. After a couple of minutes, in with the chili. And this is the bit where you have to be the most careful, because the most common way of ruining this dish is by burning the garlic. You want the garlic to be golden, but not burnt or brown. So make sure you keep stirring it. And remember, this stays hot, right? So even if you turn off the heat, this will still be a hot area. So when you cook, just think a few minutes in advance. So if you switch off or you lower the heat, what's gonna happen to my dish? So as this is becoming a little bit golden, I'm just going to turn it off and let it finish to simmer. And then once you have the water in a rolling boil, you salt it, then you put in the spaghetti, then you salt both pans. And while the pasta cooks, take this time to start chopping parsley. And of course with the parsley, you want to chop it as thin as you can. In the most common technique, you will see the pasta being cooked predominantly in the pan. So this has been on the boiling water for only 3 minutes out of their 10 minutes of cooking time, and the cooking will end here. Of course, we're moving away our parsley stems. These have given the flavor. We don't need them anymore. Pasta water. And we keep turning it to release the starch. And this technique, even though it takes quite a bit more time to cook, you can see starts creating this fantastic creaminess, which is the starch being released and is being mixed with the fats from the oil. It gets oxygenated, emulsified, and we're creating the cream. In the meantime, while this keeps cooking and the water is boiling, I'm gonna add the other pasta for the other version. And by slowly adding pasta water, we would have created this fantastic creaminess. When this is ready, a lot of parsley, and we just add it. You don't want to cook the parsley, otherwise it becomes bitter. So at the end, one final mix. And then you add our creamy sauce. And here's option one. And in our second option, the pasta is fully cooked directly from the pot. Quick fry up. See, this one takes more of a red color directly. No creaminess here. This is just a quick flash fry. Parsley. Serve it as a nest. And over it, you pour the oil. They both look pretty, but which one tastes better? And now we're ready to try it. So this is the traditional, more creamy method. Alright, it's very good. The flavors are quite delicate because the garlic in a way is kind of steamed as well while we were cooking it with the pasta water. The spaghetti feels really creamy. It's the aglio olio we all love. This is the other way. It takes less time because risottare the pasta, so adding the water while you cook takes longer. And this is actually the way my dad always used to make. Oh wow. Completely different flavors. So the pasta feels a little bit harder. You can see that it's been slightly flash fried. It has a different depth of flavor. Also the garlic feels stronger. I mean, I would say this one feels a little bit more elegant in the palate. Everything is a lot more delicate, subtle flavors. This one has got stronger flavors. Clearly, the fact that you're not creating a creaminess is not diminishing or softening the flavors. Here you feel a good amount of garlic. You feel the texture, which is different. Well, which one do I prefer? I know my dad is not going to agree with me here, but I think the one with a little bit of creaminess, I just feel it's a more balanced dish. So the winner is, takes longer. Why does things that win always take longer? Anyway, hope you enjoy it. Like and subscribe if you have not done already. See you next time. Buon appetito.